Have you ever wanted a Formula One car street legal just for a normal road? Well, now you have the possibility with the Mercedes Amg One. This is the final hypercar, more than 1000 horsepower, and indeed with that exact Formula One engine. We'll fill you in with the details, and of course, even more spectacular, here with Thomas and Autogefuel, is the aerodynamic mode. We have Marco from Amg inside. He can activate it from the inside. Yeah, whoa, there we go. The car goes down, the flaps go up in the front, and also the rear wing folds out to have more downforce. This is the track mode for the racetrack only. Now in this position, this vehicle is not street legal anymore. So on the inside, I always like, are you really sure? So this would not work to show off to your friends. Well, maybe in the parking lot or something, but not on the street when you're like, you know, I don't know, driving down the highway number 1 or something. This is not legal. Maybe you can close it off again. Yeah, and then you can show it in the front. Car goes up, then the front flaps will also close again. Whoa, there we go. You should not have your fingers in that one. And also the rear wing is retracted. We can take a close look at the rear wing once again, if we can have it one more time. So here we go, look at that, also going down, and now here we go with that rear wing. Wow, this is really spectacular. The total length, by the way, 4.83 meters or 190 inches. In the rear we have 20-inch wheels, in the front 19-inch wheels from magnesium, and they also have these aerodynamic covers. Of course, aerodynamics is the thing with this vehicle. The airstream in the front is going here in the front, being let over right here, and you can see on the top there is actually you know, the air intake for that combustion engine. Fun fact here, by the way, you can see here the Mercedes star is painted on it, not three-dimensional, because this is the exact Mercedes star from the Formula One car. Well, and it has actually 16 layers of handwork until it looks exactly like this. This is a fun fact, isn't it? Total weight, by the way, 1.7 tons. Of course, everything set on lightweight. And the power concept is 2 electric motors on the front axle, 1 per wheel actually. And then we can already open the door here. Really interesting, of course, here spectacular wing doors. Zoom more to the interior. There's here a button below here, and then when we press this one, the engine cover on the left side is being released. Here we go, we can take it off. It's a carbon fiber monocoque here, by the way, this vehicle. Hopefully taking it out. Yeah, so carbon fiber monocoque underneath. And this engine there, we can even open the second one. Then we have to pull this here. So there the second cover is being released. And you're looking at 1.6 liters of displacement only. And you might ask yourself, why is that? Well, this has all to do with the Formula One rules. Otherwise, of course, you would make it with more displacement. A V6, so 1.6 liter V6. And this one also comes with additional electric motors, 2 more actually. 1 electric motor plus 1 serving as an electric turbocharger. And overall 1063 horsepower, this is the total output. In less than 16 seconds to 300 kilometers or 190 miles per hour. The top speed, 350 kilometers an hour or 220 miles per hour. And this is also the F1 inspired interior. The steering wheel has also the Formula One form. And funnily, if you take a closer look right here, it has the classic Mercedes dials, so that as a Mercedes customer you are used to what you're doing before from your normal passenger vehicles, just with then F1 functions. Here, for example, then for changing the recuperation of this hybrid drivetrain. Or then you have additional buttons here for the DRS, drag reduction system. Also, as we know from Lewis Hamilton's car, for example. On the right side, you have a normal volume jog, because I will soon show you this also has a normal infotainment. Digital instruments, you can also see there in the typical Mercedes style, then with special performance gauges. And the seating position here is kind of fixed, mainly with Dynamica microfiber, really carved into that whole cockpit area. And you can also see this open. This is the thing how we open the car, then the door from the inside. And since the seating position itself is fixed, You do control it then, how you're exactly sitting with adjusting the pedals. This is then how you adjust it then for your size. And I can try to squeeze myself in there. And in these monocoques, usually you slide in, butt first, but you got that. And then, and now it comes apparent because, as a Formula One racing driver, you usually don't have such long legs and I'm in, yes. Wow, visibility is kind of limited, and I wonder how AMG engineers can set it up for me that I would actually fit in there leg-wise. But the steering is actually kind of cool, also here with microfiber grip, and Mercedes probably said, like, take that, Elon Musk, with your stupid yoke steering wheel. We put Formula One steering wheels in our cars now and maybe make that also in our future electric vehicles. Will they? Interesting. We're going to talk about this very soon, maybe. But this is really cool, to have this one here and as a control unit, but really, the known Mercedes controls then on the right and the left side. And I mean, the curved-in function here, it gives you good support. It looks more uncomfortable than it actually is, so it's not too uncomfortable. The thing is just that, probably legroom-wise, I will never fit in this vehicle. Headroom-wise, with 1.86 or 6'1", this does actually work. Oh, it also has a Burmester sound system. I just see it right now. And also a digital rear view mirror we can see right here, for example, in the top part. Well, I can make myself a little bit more comfortable here. So this is then here the mechanical adjustment. And I really have to press it really hard. And this is then the maximum position. So now my legs are a little bit more relaxed. I wouldn't say that I'm relaxed at all, but at least this is, I think I can do a few hot laps now. Super interesting also the cockpit perspective from here. Everything really lands towards the driver. And what is also interesting is here, this additional cubby hole we have here. And there's the fire extinguisher for the racetrack. I hope I'll never have to use that one actually. And here also middle console, once again, really nice transition with microfiber and also then more carbon fiber right here. You start up the vehicle right there because you don't need the track crew like Lewis Hamilton to fire up the car. This is done right here. And we can also store my phone here, for example. There are two USB-C chargers or maybe the key or something. This is, also in this fixed way that everything is set out to the racetrack. Nothing is, like being drawn back or front by itself or so. Here the infotainment system you can also see. This is the normal one, MBUX, as we know it from Mercedes models. And does it even have voice recognition? Hey Mercedes.
How can I help?
How can I be the best racing driver in the world?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
How can I become Lewis Hamilton?
I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that right now.
Damn it, maybe I have to ask Lewis himself. But MBUX obviously won't help me with that. But you can see also normal navigation is possible right here. So you can also use this car to, I don't know, not only show off to your friends, maybe store some luggage here on the passenger seat, or just drive around with your BFF and that's it. Oh, and of course, when you want to listen to music, you can just use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto here in that hypercar. In driving modes, you can just, as you know, control them here on the steering wheel, and then they change both in the main infotainment system and in the instruments. And the interesting thing is you can go to race mode. There the aerodynamics are not activated yet, but to race plus, then you have to activate the aerodynamic mode, because the last two ones, you can see it here on the other screen, so Race Plus and Strat 2, these are only combinable with the aerodynamic mode. Strat 2 is actually the one that Lewis Hamilton is also using when he's actually doing a qualifying lap. Then the whole battery capacity is used inside that one qualifying lap. Now we can also see the rear light signature, really spectacular. And of course this huge diffuser style here, everything to do with aerodynamics, and the central exhaust manifold right here. there is, this all coming out here. The lower pipes have a function in Formula One, but not in this case. So these are the only things that have just design purpose for Formula One citation and have no actual function here with this very vehicle. There is, by the way, a special fume treatment actually for emissions, because that's the only thing that is not one-to-one with Lewis Hamilton's engine. It needs to be preheated actually, this catalyst converter. You're driving 50 seconds pure electric, then everything is preheated, and then you can also use the combustion engine street legal. Well, if that's enough to convince you to buy one, you can for 2.275 million euros or dollars. Well, you could if they're not all 275 pieces. That's the limitation, if they're not already all sold out. Sorry, I know you would have bought one if they weren't sold out yet. Well, but another car you can buy with also some Formula One tech inside is the AMG GT 4-door in the E-Performance version. If you want to join us more for track performances of AMG GT, we have another episode from a wet racetrack as well. See you there.